Hey everyone, it's Annisa. I know this isn't the normal setup. You can just see me sitting here. Hi, this is my little vanity. It's a literal mess right now. Please don't. But behind me, I have set up a little backdrop. Wow. I'm going to take you behind the scenes of how I take all my own photos. Yay! I don't really have people take photos of me. I mean, unless I'm like modeling for someone. It's usually like my brother or my sister who could help, but like my sister is 8 and my brother is 15 and uninterested. So I take all my own photos, and all you really need is a tripod or a ring light, which I have both, but my tripod is in my car. I use that when I go traveling because then if I see a spot that I really like, I can stop, get out, take a picture with the tripod. And then all you need is either your self timer, which I was using at first, but I prefer using a little clicker, which I have over on my desk, and I'll show you my little setup right now. I love the clickers. For the most part, if you buy a ring light for your phone, it'll come with like the little phone clickers, which is really cool. And it's perfect because you need a lot of them. I personally think you should buy a ring light or something for your phone that comes with the clicker. And then also buy on Amazon like the 2 or 3 pack of the clickers. Normally they're in 2 packs, but like it's always good to have a couple. I keep one in my purse, so when I'm traveling I always have one. I keep one in my room, and then the other one I kind of have like stored away like in like a drawer or something, so just in case I need it, it's somewhere. So let me show you the whole space real quick. Let me transition over. So this is what I have going on right now. Normally, I know there's a stain on the sheet. I was doing a commercial for a brand. It was a period company brand. I had to make fake blood. And I used this sheet as like a backdrop, and I totally got it on the sheet. But I can edit it out with Lightroom, so it's really not a big deal. I'm not too worried about it. If you ever want me to show you how to use Lightroom, I can show you. But normally I don't use backdrops because of my Instagram, but this is for a brand that I'm doing. And I've done a couple on my Instagram where it's like a white backdrop because all my Instagram photos are kind of light and airy. So I'm okay with doing like a white backdrop here and there. But normally I take my photos like in this corner or like just like in this general area. I know it's kind of cluttered, but it's kind of like my style. I don't know how to explain it. I just like it. I know they say don't take pictures in front of like cluttered areas, but like it's kind of my style. I am a mess. It's me. But yeah, so I'll show you guys how I take the photos. This is gonna be like a really short video. It's really not gonna be that long. I mean, this is really it, but let me show you guys how I take the photos and how they come out. I'll show like the taking the photos and then the editing process, and then like how they look before and after. So let's get into it. Also, real quickly, this ring light was given to me by like my best friend. She's amazing. Gave it to me for as a Christmas gift. It holds my iPhone 11. It's just I have to take the my case off, which is totally fine, but it's just a side note. But this is really cool. I've never seen a ring light with like this extender here. It's literally perfect. I was using another ring light that didn't have an extender, and it was just like this piece right here, and it's perfect. I don't usually use the ring light unless it's really dark, but this kind of gloomy cast right now from it raining today is kind of perfect and what I need. So, and again, I can edit my photos to be lighter, so I'm not too worried about it. So let's get into it. So in taking the photos, I first start working on getting the right position. So I take one photo first, and then as you can see, I get it up and I check it. And if it doesn't look right, if it's my head's getting cut off or something's getting cut off, I readjust my camera. So at this point, I'm pushing my tripod back because I need more room. And at this point I know that it's going to be fine. So that's when I start working on taking my photos. I always put the timer on 3 seconds because it gives me time to move the clicker out of the camera so you don't see the clicker. Always make sure you have the 3 seconds on. This is something I do.
2,000 years later.
I end up taking like a million pictures, so I'm not going to have you sit here and like see all the pictures I take. I end up taking a lot though, and that's simply because I take multiple angles. I take some without my face in it, I take some with my face in it, just so I can have multiples. So I can have some for my YouTube thumbnails, some for my Instagram static photos, some for Instagram carousels, some for IG reel covers. Definitely something you should have under your belt and know how to use. I don't use it often, but when I do use it, it's definitely helpful. You should definitely know how to use either the free version or the paid version. So here what I'm doing is I'm taking the white background and I'm extending it over. So first I just go over, I'm just trying to extend it. I don't care if it looks bad first, because later I'll turn on the blending option and then I'll feather it all through and make it look more natural. This is the first option you can do, but I definitely recommend learning how to do this, because brands will like the idea that you take time to make their things look good, and you take the time to just think about them and think about how you're marketing them, and you're putting the time into editing and learning softwares for them and for yourself. This is definitely something that could be really helpful. Um, so like here, like as I said, I'm right here, blending it. I raise the opacity, I lower it, I kind of go back and forth with this, and this is definitely how you get it to look more natural. And there's most likely ways to do this differently. I'm just not used to using Photoshop yet. I'm still learning. So there's definitely different ways. The second option is just to crop the picture. This is a really easy way to do it, but you also lose a lot of picture, and you may need this for when you're doing your pictures, putting your pictures up on Instagram or whatnot. So next, I take my photos into Lightroom. I get Lightroom free through my college, but I definitely recommend investing in Lightroom. It's literally a lifesaver. I love Lightroom with all my heart. I've been using it since high school. I buy presets. I am a preset junkie. Right now, I'm obsessed with the My Life as Ava presets. I'll leave a link down below to her website. I use the clean presets. I use clean number 3 the most on all my photos. It just makes my photos really light and airy, and then I just go back in and I add a little bit more exposure to it. They do add grain. I take the grain out because I'm not a huge fan of grain. I add more sharpness to it, a lot more clarity, just because I like my photos being really crisp. Um, but Lightroom is definitely something you should definitely invest in. It's amazing. And then when you're done editing your one photo, there's on the bottom a previous button. So when you go to your next photo, you press previous, and all the edits you did on your one photo will go to this photo, which makes life amazing. I do add a little bit more tweaks to each photo because lighting changes. The pose may add more shadows, may take away shadows. So I do like mess around with it. But if you have any questions about Lightroom or anything, please let me know. My comments are always open, so you can definitely ask me. And thank you so much for watching. And you can definitely go check out my Instagram to see all these photos and all my other photos to see how I edit them, because I use Lightroom for all my photos. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!